ancient seers, who themselves in holy awe looked up into those regions from which they received their inspiration, the realm of the Elohim and Jehovah Elohim. What name could they have given to those beings who underpinned both the creation and their own knowledge of it? What kind of word could there be for them, unless it were one that conveyed the full force of their hearts on receiving this revelation from the powers that created the world? Looking up to these beings, they said to themselves, quote, "This revelation flows down to us from divine spiritual beings. We can find no other word for them than the one that expresses our feeling of holy awe." Close quote. If we translate that into ancient Hebrew, what does it sound like? Quote, "Those for whom we feel holy awe, Elohim." This is the Hebrew word for those beings for whom man feels holy awe. Close quote. Here you have the link between the feelings of the ancient seers and the name of those cosmic beings to whom they attributed both the creation and the revelation they received.
You are listening to LearnOutLoud.com's production of The Science of Being Great by Wallace D. Wattles. Meant to be used in conjunction with Wattles' other classic, The Science of Getting Rich, this book is a summation of the author's thoughts on what it takes to achieve personal excellence and self-mastery. For more inspirational audio, please visit our website at www.learnoutloud.com.
Chapter 1. Any person may become great. There is a principle of power in every person. By the intelligent use and direction of this principle, man can develop his own mental faculties. Man has an inherent power by which he may grow in whatsoever direction he pleases, and there does not appear to be any limit to the possibilities of his growth. No man has yet become so great in any faculty, but that it is possible for someone else to become greater. The possibility is in the original substance from which man is made. Genius is omniscience flowing into man. Genius is more than talent. Talent may merely be one faculty developed out of proportion to other faculties, but genius is the union of man and God in the acts of the soul. Great men are always greater than their deeds. They are in connection with the reserve power that is without limit. We do not know where the boundary of the mental powers of man is. We do not even know that there is a boundary. The power of conscious growth is not given to the lower animals. It is man's alone, and may be developed and increased by him. The lower animals can, to a great extent, be trained and developed by man, but man can train and develop himself. He alone has this power, and he has it to an apparently unlimited extent. The purpose of life for man is growth, just as the purpose of life for trees and plants is growth. Trees and plants grow automatically and along fixed lines. Man can grow as he will. Trees and plants can only develop certain possibilities and characteristics. Man can develop any power which has been shown by any person, anywhere. Nothing that is possible in spirit is impossible in flesh and blood. Nothing that man can imagine is impossible of realization. Man is formed for growth, and he is under the necessity of growing. It is essential to his happiness that he should continuously advance. Life without progress becomes unendurable, and the person who ceases from growth must either become imbecile or insane. The greater and more harmonious and well-rounded his growth, the happier man will be. There is no possibility in any man that is not in every man, but if they proceed naturally, no two men will grow into the same thing or be alike. Every man comes into the world with a predisposition to grow along certain lines, and growth is easier for him along those lines than in any other way. This is a wise provision, for it gives endless variety. It is as if a gardener should throw all his bulbs into one basket. To the superficial observer, they would look alike, but growth reveals a tremendous difference. So of men and women, they are like the basket of bulbs. One may be a rose and add brightness and color to some dark corner of the world. One may be a lily and teach a lesson of love and purity to every eye that sees. One may be a climbing vine and hide the rugged outlines of some dark rock. One may be a great oak among whose boughs the birds shall nest and sing, and beneath